you thought you'd seen the last of me. Hi, it's Cecil, and it's Monday, as long as I edit this as quickly as I'm hoping I'll be able to, which, you know, it's just a sit down and chat video. No real fancy jump cuts, it's a life update video. There's nothing snazzy or anything going on here. I might have some word flubs to edit out, might have some cat shenanigans to edit out, but otherwise, It's been about 2 years and 2 months, to be exact. Now, I will say, I have technically posted recent-ishly, just not here. I have a gaming channel, if you didn't know. The link is in the description box below, so you can check that out if you would like to. That's about it, and it's only been a couple of times, so it's nothing big. A lot has happened in the last couple of years, the last 3 years, really, if I'm being honest. Pretty much when my uploads started to become less. There's definitely a reason for that, so it's not like this happened out of nowhere or just because I got bored or anything. I've missed doing it. If you hear things in the background, I have 4 cats, so I've missed it. I just haven't been able to sit down and make a video, and so I made a list of things, and now we're gonna go through them and talk about them, and you're gonna find out where I've been. Also, I have tiny Tsukiyama behind me with some fairy lights that should be purple, but for some reason on camera they look blue. Let's start with 2018, because even though I was posting at the end of 2018, I wasn't posting a lot. It started to fade off. There's a reason. Let's talk about it. In October of 2018, I adopted 3 cats. They were ferals who lived outside, and their mom had just had a second litter in the same year, so we got the babies to come inside and live with us. If you didn't already know, I already had a cat, as well as a big dog who are both still in the house as well, and they love the kittens. The kittens, for the most part, love them. There goes Marie. Berlioz, come here. Berlioz, come here. Okay, well, all 3 of them, as well as Oliver, they're all nearby. We took them in, and taking care of 3, like, 5-month-old kittens who have only ever lived outside is a big commitment. And so it just kind of became something that it was like, okay, I can't really set things up around them because they're still learning how to be in a house and they're still kind of destructive. Let's just, we're gonna work with this, right? Oh, you are just gonna be walking through my setup, aren't you, Toulouse? You're like, fun obstacle course. That was definitely a lot. It was a big time commitment. It was a big everything commitment. I mean, my space, my time, my energy, everything kind of became about raising these kittens, and it stayed that way for a while. They're about 3 years old now, so they are thankfully through most of their difficult kitten times. But that was the first thing. And then, around the same time, shortly before that, I had started taking antidepressants, and if you take any sort of mental health medication, then you know that adjusting to any sort of medication, it takes time, it takes a lot of reevaluating and dosage adjustment, especially if you're like me and you really strongly react to certain side effects, and it's a lot. So that was definitely something. So between those 2 things, the end of 2018 just ended up like kind of dwindling off, and I tried to get back into it in 2019. I really wanted to, but 2019 was a very chaotic year, and that's when things just ended up stopping. So I'll catch you up. I'll fill you in on that after I drink some water, because I am sweating. It's bad. I'm nervous. So 2019. In January of 2019, I was going through a lot of stress because my grandfather was undergoing open heart surgery. It was more of a preventative surgery. It was something that was caught early enough that nothing bad actually happened. And the surgery ended up going really well. Everything was going very smoothly. So all in all, at least that went well. But it was a very stressful time leading up to that and during his recovery. So, you know, family stuff, yay. And then shortly after that, in February, we moved. You've only seen a little bit of this house, maybe a little bit more if you watch my vlog channel or my gaming channel. But yeah, we moved, so that was another thing. that was just, because moving, it's a lot. It's stressful. You have to take all of your stuff and put it in boxes. And then you have to open those boxes back up and take everything out. Listen, moving, right? I can't exactly remember the order of events because then a lot of things happened at once, right? There were family things that we had to go and do, and then somewhere in there was a funeral for one of my uncles, which, you know, again, more family stuff, more stressful stuff. And then, of all of the things that could have happened in the middle of what was already a pretty chaotic start to the year, someone drove their car through the front of my grandparents' house. Yeah. What do you do with that information? Like, no one was hurt. I mean, like, the people in the car were a little bit hurt, but they weren't as hurt as they could have been. My grandparents sleep on the complete other side of that house, so they were okay. The house got the brunt of the damage, as well as, you know, the car. What? So yeah, that was a lot. That was, oh man, that was a lot. So they were put somewhere else to stay, and then we took a bunch of their houseplants in, because, you know. So that was another thing. Our house was just overrun by plants for a few months, and like, we had to close off a bunch of rooms so that the cats didn't get into it, because, you know, cats, plants. And then, in the middle of all of that chaos, there was another funeral, which, again, family stuff, right? Like, 2019 was rough. It was busy and it was rough. Shortly after that, I wasn't doing well. I'm going through all of it. A lot of the new stressors of the year had definitely piled on top of it, but it kind of came down to the medication that I've been taking for a year. So, as you may or may not know, there's a lot of different kinds of antidepressants, and different ones react differently with different people. That's how medication works in general. And the one that I had been taking originally was Celexa. And for some people that works great. For me, it did not. It was not really stopping my panic attacks or my depressive episodes. It was making me feel just like really bad and really suicidal, which is, you know, what we were trying to stop, not what we were trying to make worse. So that was something that kind of had to be, yeah, so I started seeing a psychiatrist, the same psychiatrist I'm still seeing a few years later, yay. And I talked to her, so first we were like, maybe you're not taking enough, so we raised the dose, and I was like, ooh, no, that's worse. So we started talking about making it less and slowly but surely switching my medication. And so I switched over from Celexa to Zoloft. And oh my gosh, that took months. Because I was at a relatively high dose of the Celexa by that point, and I was kind of switching over to an equal but different dose of the Zoloft, it was a weird stage where I was taking a little bit of the Celexa and a little bit of the Zoloft, and a little less of the Celexa and a little more of the Zoloft, and slowly weaning myself off of one and onto the other. It took months to do. It was a long process. I didn't love it. There was just no way by the end of 2019 that I would have been posting. But my dosage and everything started to even out. I started to be better about taking them every day by around February of 2020, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be back in time for the 5-year anniversary of my channel. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. So that was my plan. I was like, first week of April in 2020, yeah, you know where this is going. I'm like, yeah, it'll be fine. I'm gonna be able to get back to posting, and it's gonna be good. It was not good. I mean, it wasn't anything bad. I would say, all things considered, it wasn't as bad as it could have been with it being 2020. But in the last week of March, my mom started working from home, which is fine. It's something that she's been wanting to do anyways. Nothing to do with the pandemic on that front. She's just wanted to have her department work from home. She's made them paperless. It's been a whole thing. So, you know, some good out of a lot of bad, at least. But when she started working from home, right as I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start filming again, I ended up not filming again because I can't film with other people in the house. I mean, I've gotten better at it. I'm doing it right now. My mom's upstairs and I'm filming and I'm talking and I'm even talking at a volume. That's great. But it's not easy. It's definitely taken a lot to get to this point where I feel comfortable doing it. It's taken some practice, some doing like Discord calls with my friends and doing the occasional Twitch stream or the occasional gaming video. So it's taken a lot to get to this point, but I finally feel ready. That pretty much covers everything else. There was a pandemic and everything was weird and an adjustment. But I would like to consider myself adjusted now, so I would really like to start making videos again. I mean, I'm feeling better as far as adjusting to circumstances, as well as just in my mental health altogether. And because of that, I think I finally feel ready to start making videos, and I'm not gonna hold myself to a strict schedule. I have some ideas, I have some things that I want to do. I'm not going to be too hard on myself getting back into it because, you know, it is getting back into it, but I'm very much hoping to be here a little bit more often because I've missed you guys. I mean, I missed 5 years and 6 years for anniversaries of this channel. That's... I hated missing those. I wanted to be here. I wanted to post something. I've missed you guys. As far as other things that have been going on, I've been doing art and writing commissions, which I run through my Ko-fi and my Twitter, which I will link both below. If you don't know, Ko-fi is kind of a platform like Patreon, and the difference is mostly that Ko-fi doesn't ever take a fee from, you know, the donations that are given to you. And it's something that I use for my commissions. It's something that I'm thinking I will soon do a monthly membership type thing with tiers, because I can't really work. That's a whole other can of worms into the specifics of my mental health that you don't necessarily need to know. So yeah, this is how this is how I'm hoping to have a stable income someday, hopefully, maybe. And coming back to posting videos seems like it would probably be helpful. I've made a Discord server. I mean, I've made a lot of Discord servers, but I mean, I've made a Discord server for this. So one thing that's frustrated me is that it's very difficult, even through Twitter, because of the way that social media platforms and algorithms work. It's really difficult for me to communicate to you progress on videos, what my plans are with videos, even when it comes to like things that I'm writing or when I plan on streaming or anything like that. I don't have access to like the community tab because weird rules about how many subscribers you have in order to have access to certain things, and there's just a lot of tools and features that I don't have on YouTube. Twitter and Instagram and stuff aren't really conducive to quickly telling people who actually care, hey, this is when I'm going to be posting a thing, or just like talking to you guys and communicating with you guys in general. So I've made a Discord server for doing that. There's, you know, bots in there that will auto alert when I am streaming or when I've uploaded a video to one of my channels. There's also just some fun channels for talking to me, to other people, getting to know people, making friends, talking about the things that you like, sharing the things that you make. There's channels to play games with the bots. We have a Mad Libs bot in there. There's a bot for listening to music, you know, just stuff like that. Some exclusive fun time, except it's not really exclusive because anyone can join, because the link is in the description box. Please note, you must be at least 16 in order to access all of the channels. If you're not 16, you have to be at least 13 as per Discord's terms of use. Okay, so things. Let's summarize. It's been a chaotic few years. I'm finally doing better mentally, which cool. I have 4 cats. That makes my life a little chaotic in a good way. I have a Ko-fi where I will be starting to have monthly membership type things where you get rewards for supporting me monthly at different, you know, monetary tiers. And finally, I have a Discord server that you can join and get more frequent updates about when I will be updating things or why I'm not updating or just what's going on. And, you know, also it's just a Discord server to talk and have friends. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below saying something nice. Please say something nice to me. I've missed you guys. Did you miss me? It's okay if you didn't, but if you did, tell me. You can follow me in the links in the description box below, including joining my Discord server as mentioned. Be a bro, share this video with another bro, and if you have not done so yet, subscribe.